Alright guys, so here's the red prelude. I've already done the timing side, and I've done a few other things. I'm trying to make how-to videos to help people out. It's having a little bit of a rough idle issue, possibly vacuum leak. I can start here. That's kind of like ghetto thing I made after I deleted all that. I mean, these cars are, I think the youngest ones are, what, 18 years now. This is dirty, but a good place to start is your IACV valve right here. It's going to be two 12mm bolts. It's going to be the bolt right here and right here, and it's going to be like a figure-8 gasket. If it's flat and hard as plastic, replace it. You can get them for about $8 online. I don't have one right now with me, but there's also a screen in there, and if the screen gets dirty, it can cause idling issues. So we're going to get in there and go ahead and take a look at the screen to see how dirty the screen is. If not, then we'll put it back and we'll go to the fit valve, and the fit valve is underneath here. You don't have to worry about coolant coming out. As long as you don't disconnect the coolant lines, you'll be fine. It runs through that little chamber on the bottom of the IACV, so you should be all good if you just remove these two 12mm bolts. And you'll need a wrench because a socket is too big to fit in there most of the time. I don't know, it's just always been easier for me to get in there with a wrench. I'm sure you could have a small one and get in there, but I said it's a pain in the ass once the bolt actually starts backing out, because that top bolt is very long and the bottom one is. So yeah, let's get started and see what that screen looks like. And it's best if you have some brake cleaner or maybe a can of compressed air. I don't have either. I forgot to pick some up. The screen's fine, but it could use a new gasket. So you see what I'm saying? So here's the screen right there. It's pretty clear and clean, but here's the gasket. Looking at it from an angle like that, bitch is flat. It's probably hard as a rock too. It needs replaced. I can see where it's been leaking through, and that could be cause for an idling issue. So I'll go ahead and order one online and get that coming in, or maybe the hardware store near me will have one. I'll call O'Reilly's or Advance and see if I can't get one in. Okay, so I went ahead and cleaned up the bolts because they're kind of nasty. Also, to clean up the surface just for now until I get the gasket in. Got some 1000cc grit sandpaper. You can kind of slide up in there. If not, maybe you can use a drill and try to get up in there. But like I said, it is a tight space. So we'll go ahead and clean the surface. Obviously not the surface with the gasket on it, because you'll fuck the gasket up even more. But the surface right there on the manifold. You can see how nasty it is and just grimy, so we're going to go ahead and get that nice and clean. Alright, so I went ahead and cleaned up the surface. As you can tell, now it's nice and clean, flat, polished surface. What I went ahead and did was undo that connector there and bend these back here. Obviously careful of the coolant lines. All these hoses are old, like I said, 18 years old probably, and they've never been replaced. I can bet money on that. And I went ahead and my drill fit right up in there. And if you want, you can still use sandpaper if you don't have access to a drill to do the same thing. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and put this back on, order a new gasket, and when that comes in, we'll go ahead and replace that with that. But at least it has a clean surface for now, and maybe it'll help it out a little bit more having that clean surface and not all that dirt and grime in between the gasket and that. Hope this was a helpful video for those people that are curious. You know, we all started somewhere. I've been working on preludes for about 7 years now, so I'll be making a lot more smaller videos, just kind of helping out people with just basic issues. Next, we'll be changing out the distributor, because as you can see, there's a ton of oil caked in it. The inner seals go out or whatever. I have like 6 of them on the shelf, so we're just going to do a direct replacement of it, not worry about the rebuild of it, so because we got to get rid of that. And then we'll also do the cam seal on this side, which is behind the vtec solenoid. And while we're in there, we're going to go ahead and do the vtec solenoid gaskets as well, since we're going to have to take that off anyway.
Alright guys, I hope that video helped. I know it's simple. Most of y'all probably knew how to do it. But that's not really my goal, is to do simple videos. It's to kind of help people that might not know as much about these cars diagnose and understand them. I got a lot more videos coming, a lot more I'm still editing. I did find a new app that hopefully won't shrink my videos when I post them. I picked up some ESP mounts. They are used, but I have them on my race car 5th gen, so I'm gonna put them on the daily because I love the mounts, and I'll be showing how to install those as well, even if they're not ESP mounts. You know, you could be reinstalling OEM mounts or other mounts, so I'll be making that on the 5th gen as well. I'll possibly be replacing the oil pan in it, so I'll make a video on that. I got a carpet and a new steering wheel. Both are OEM carpet and OEM steering wheel. They're just in better condition than the one mine's in, so I'll be making videos on how to install and take out those as well, because like I said, the main goal is to make the red one, you really can't see because it's so bright outside, a good reliable daily. I'm still working out the kinks in it. I got another video of where I replaced the distributor, obviously with an OEM one that just wasn't leaking like the other one. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoy this video. But y'all let me know if y'all have any recommendations or want to see any content that I haven't posted yet. Said I do have a few videos I need to post up, but if y'all have any questions or, like I said, anything that y'all would like to see how it's done on our cars, feel free to shoot me a message and let me know, and I can make a helpful video.